Welcome to another edition of the Sports Podcast. We're here tonight for the first round of the MCHS playoffs here at Middle Creek between the Middle Creek Mustangs and the visiting Athens Drive Jaguars. I'm Adam Ireland, joined by
Bryce Herring
and Danny Smith.
Should be a good one tonight between two playoff teams that used to be conference rivals, but are no longer conference rivals with the new conference alignment that just took place this season.
Yep, and this will be the first round of playoffs here. We got a 9-seed Middle Creek versus the 24-seed in Athens Drive.
Yeah, and Athens Drive will want some payback for the 12-0 loss Middle Creek handed them in the both teams' third game of the year.
Yep, and Middle Creek trying to keep it rolling here. 9 out of their last 10 games they've won, compared to Athens Drive winning 2 out of their last 10.
And Grace Bresca will lead off for the Cougars as she's batting .217 on the year, with a 357 on base percentage, so definitely who you want up as your leadoff, as that first pitch was in for a ball one. Is senior pitcher Gianna Graves is starting on the mound tonight for the Mustangs, as her second pitch is in for ball 2.
Yep, and you just kind of take some time here to settle in as a pitcher. A 2-0 count. Can definitely bounce back here, get a strike here.
And Graves is sporting a 3.62 ERA this year, as her third pitch is in for a strike one to make it a 2-1 count. So she's definitely sporting a good ERA, while the other pitcher on the roster, Emily Bradshear, is sporting a 3.58 ERA. So both pitchers, in terms of ERA, are both pretty similar.
Yeah, definitely working down here. It seems like that's kind of her style, and that definitely leads to a low ERA and low kind of hit count.
And that pitch is in the dirt, so that's going to result in ball 3, so 3-1 count. Definitely a hitter's pitch here.
Yep, and just gotta locate.
And that's going to be in the dirt for ball 4, so Graves walks the leadoff batter.
And that's always tough. You can get that leadoff batter out; it puts you in a good position for the rest of the inning. But we'll see how she works with runners on base.
And that's going to bring up Kaylin Delo for the Cougars, as she's batting .286 on the year with a 464 on base percentage.
Yep, and trying to get a ground ball here, trying to get a double play here. That would be ideal. Works up there for a ball.
As a high pitch there for the catcher, Rand, as she comes up ready to throw in case Briscoe on first base decides to run.
Yep, and you always got to be worried about that with a leadoff runner on. You're assuming they probably got some speed on, could probably steal a bag.
And that pitch is in for a ball 2, like a 2-0 count.
Working from behind here, not really what you want, but can battle back here.
And that's going to be in the dirt, and that's going to be down low for ball 3, so 3-0 count. So Gravis has not looked good to start out so far against a not a great lineup so far. So we'll see if she can pound the strike zone some more. And that's going to be in for a strike right at the knees.
And 3-0, you're really just trying to make sure you get something in the zone there. You don't want to give an easy pass, or you never want to go up a free pass there with a walk.
Especially twice to start the first inning of the game. And that's going to be in the dirt for ball 4. So Graves has locked the first 2 batters, so Athens Drive has first and second with nobody out here in the first, with Caitlin Skinner coming up, as she's batting 357 on the year and leads the team in RBIs with 4.
And the catcher going out there just kind of settle pitcher down, just tell him relax, just put it in the zone, and have faith. I mean, if you've pitched low ERA and are pitched all year, I mean, you've definitely got the stuff to do in the playoffs, and sometimes you just got to relax in that playoff situation.
So let's see if Graves here could get see if she can induce a ground ball double play or get an out here without giving up a run. And that's gonna be in for strike 1.
There
so
you go.
It 0-1 count. First time today, Graves has been ahead in the count.
Yep, and you can do a lot here. I mean, you can get 2 outs right here on one play, and that's definitely what they're looking to do here.
And the 0-1 pitch is down a little low, a little below the knees for ball 1, making a 1-1 count.
Yep, and I mean, sometimes as a pitcher, you just got to adjust to the umpire. Sometimes umpires have different strike zones, and so you got to figure out where he likes to throw.
And that's going to be up high for ball 2. So Athens Drive, they only have 3 of their hitters batting above 300 on the year. But one of the things I noticed is all but 2 of them have a on base percentage over, and that's going to be a double. That's going to be a double play. Oh,
And nearly a triple play.
yeah, it's going to be a double play as it was lined straight to the first baseman, Claudia Penny. So she's going to get the rare, just single double play there.
And incredible, a very good throw there. Nearly had a triple play right there. You don't see that very often.
No, that would be huge. We'll see if they can nothing like a double play to get your pitcher rolling, as I always say.
That's some good momentum, and Middle Creek's looking to build up off that, get another out right here and go and hit.
So that brings up Sierra Santillano is the first pitch from Gravis in for strike 1. And Santarelio is batting 308 on the year with 4 hits and an RBI, 6 walks, and a 526 on base percentage. So what I was going to say before the double play, as she went there, as Santillano went there to make an 0-2 count. Well, I was going to say, Athens Drive, even though they don't have a good averages across the board, they have a good on-base percentage, which shows that they're a patient team. They don't necessarily swing at. And that's going to be a looking strikeout there for Sorrento.
And a big change of pace there, and Gianna definitely settles in for a great end of that inning.
So after the top of the first, no score. We'll be right back with the bottom of the first. You're watching the Sports Block. I was like... And welcome back to the Sports Block as we're back for the bottom of the first. No score as Athens Drive got their first 2 runners on via walk. So they had the first and second no outs, and then a triple play, a liner right to the first baseman. Claudia Penny got a double play and almost a triple play, and then got the fourth batter struck out looking. So the first batter is going to be Tiana Langley for the Mustangs. So she's batting 378 on the year, with a 576 on base percentage, and she is a slap hitter. And that first pitch from Carolyn Bragg is going to be in for a ball 1.
And the other team can pretty well see that that's a slap hitter, as both the corner infielders are really creeping in hard on it.
And that's going to be in for ball 2. So another thing about Mustangs having high on base percentage, they're also a patient team.
And it's a very tricky thing to slap hit. I mean, it requires decent speed and very good contact.
And that pitch is going to be way outside, and it's going to be a strike. So it's going to be a 2-1 count here.
Yeah, that ball kind of just broke off there at the end. Good pitch there.
This pitch is going to be outside for ball 3, make it a 3-1 count.
And it's a good approach here by the pitcher to kind of work outside, because if you're a slap hitter, you're kind of pulling toward first base. So that outside pitch could be a little bit trickier to hit.
And this pitch is going to be hit high to the third baseman, Kaylin Delano. So Langley's going to pop out here. So then that's going to bring up Meredith Ragland, who is batting Meredith Ragland is batting 305 on the year with 18 hits, 16 RBIs, and a 311 on base percentage. So she should see if she can get the base runner started here for the Mustangs. And that pitch is going to be high for ball one.
You know, talking about tricky things, you mentioned earlier, especially being a lefty batter, swinging through fully with the pitch, it's going to go right down the first base line. He's got to be ready to take off to beat that pitch.
As the 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed, so that's going to make it a 1-1 count.
Yeah, definitely a tough ball to get down there on the line. First baseman, luckily, is right-handed, so you got that line a little bit better, but still tricky.
The 1-1 pitch is going to be swung on and missed as well, so that's going to make it a 1-2 count.
And a tough count here. I'll try to put something in play, put some pressure on the defense on here.
And this is going to be hit foul out of bounds, so it's going to remain a 1-2 count.
Yep, trying to work the count here. That's definitely what you're trying to do. Two strikes, just find a way on.
And this is going to be, this was going to be high. It's going to be ball two. And the catcher there for Jasmine Lecure for Athens was not able to control it. So luckily for her, there was nobody on base. Otherwise, I could advance the runner on base.
Yeah, not a bad two-strike pitch there, trying to work up. All the pitches in this at bat have been kind of working low and away.
That's going to be high. So that's going to fill the count here. So 3-2 count here. Going to fill the count.
It's really working the bat well. I mean, even if you get out here, it's still good at bat because you're getting that pitcher's pitch count up and can take them out of the game a lot quicker than they'd like to.
And it's going to be swung on and miss for a strikeout here. So that's going to... So Ragland's going to be retired. That's going to bring up Ella Pierce here, who's batting... Ella Pierce is batting .339 on the year with 19 hits, 23 RBIs, 3 home runs, and a .448 on base percentage.
Yeah, that's
she also
a good stat line right there.
She also has 8 walks on the year. This pitch is going to be inside for strike one, make it 0-1 count.
Yeah, and especially when you're tight to the plate like that, they're going to try to work in because, I mean, you're kind of daring them to throw in on you. And if they hit you, I mean, I'm assuming she'll take it. She'll take the bag.
And this pitch is going to be hit high to the right fielder. It's going to be over the right fielder's head, so that's going to be a double for. That's going to be easily a double for Pierce. So that's going to be a triple here for Pierce.
And a stand-up triple there with 2 outs by Ella Pierce. Much needed there. I mean, you can get a run out of this inning now. In good shape here for Middle Creek.
So that's going to bring up Claudia Penny, who's batting .431 on the year, 22 hits, 21 RBIs, 5 home runs, which leads the team in 10 walks, and a .516 on base percentage.
And if you're really looking at the fielding of the choice of the fielders, they're really kind of picking a side. You got the shortstop and third baseman very shifted over toward left field area, and if you can hit it up the middle, I mean, it gives you a lot of space to work with.
And that pitch is going to be in right at the knees for strike one to make it 0-1 count. And that pitch is going to be in for ball one, make it a 1-1 count.
Trying to knock him in here. A base hit would be very helpful there in Middle Creek to jump on top.
And this is going to be up high for ball two, make it a 2-1 count.
Yeah, talking about that space between the shortstop and the second baseman, that's a big glaring hole. If you're able to get the knock the ball in between that, it should be almost a guaranteed run.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to be high for ball three. Yeah, if you can get it in the gap between second and short, that will easily score Pierce. But then again, any base hit here will easily score Pierce.
Yeah, Athens really locking in on the shortstop third corner and the first and second area. They're not really caring too much about up the middle. They're kind of giving it to them.
And Penny's going to swing on the 3-1 pitch and miss, so it's going to be a 3-2 count. And she's going to hit this one just out of play foul, so it's going to remain a 3-2 count, a full count here.
Man, that ball was crushed just a little bit early on her. That's probably a home run.
Athens Drive seems to be playing a Penny here as a pull hitter, and she fouls this one back out of play.
Yep, really working the count here. We'll see if it pays off here for Claudia.
Always a good thing when you can work the pitch count.
Yeah, the more pitches you get to see, man, the more likely you're probably going to hit it.
And as they say, the longer the at-bat goes, the more it favors the hitter.
Definitely.
Because the pitcher can only has so many pitches, so the more you throw, eventually it's gonna favor the hitter the longer the at-bat goes. And it's gonna be hit high. This is gonna be easily a double for RBI double for Penny here, as she hits it right over the left fielder's head.
And then a stand-up double there.
And that's going to make the score 1-0 Middle Creek on a 2-out RBI double from Claudia Penny. And that's going to bring up Gianna Gravis, who's batting .451, which leads the team, 24 hits, which also leads the team. She also has 15 RBIs and a .483 on-base percentage.
Well, that's definitely who you want in your cleanup spot. You're looking to drive in another run here.
So far, Middle Creek's had success of hitting it deep, has been able to get over the right fielder's head, Skinner, and Breska's head and left for a triple and a double, respectively.
You can kind of see why Athens is kind of shading away from the middle, is basically all the hits from Middle Creek have been pulled either way.
That's going to be in for ball 2 to make it a 2-0 count.
Hitters count here, looking to drive something deep here. We could be seeing a home run here.
Griffiths does not have any home runs on the year, but this will be a heck of a time to get one, as this is going to be hit to the this is going to be dropped by the center fielder. So this is going to be that's going to score 1 run. So that's going to be a E7 here. So Griffiths is going to reach on an E7.
And the name of the game there, I mean, just put the ball in play, put the pressure on them, and it clearly paid off there for the Mustangs.
So that makes the score 2-0 Middle Creek, and Alex Simmons will come in the pinch run for Gravis, since Gravis is the pitcher tonight, or is the pitcher currently.
It seems as soon as I bring up not hitting it up the middle, then it'll hit one right up the middle right there. That's a great job.
So that's going to bring up Casey Rand, who's batting .375 on the year with 21 hits, 17 RBIs, and a .429 on base percentage. And that first pitch is going to be in for a ball, so make it a 1-0 count.
Yeah, that's a good eye there. That was a close pitch, and that's going to put the pitcher in a bad spot if the batter's looking to hit something good.
This is going to be hit to the this is going to be dropped by the first baseman Evelyn Earnhardt, but it's going to be in foul territory, so it's going to result as a strike, but the batter stays alive.
Yeah, that's a tough play going off there in a foul territory. Kind of lost it there.
So that makes it a 1-1 count here. Athens Drive has had 2 opportunities they could easily have got out of the inning. So that's going to make it a 2-1 count. So Berg easily retired the first 2 hitters, and then she's run into some trouble with a triple from Pierce, a RBI, a double from Penny, and then Gray was reaching on a single.
And that's great range there from the left fielder as it's caught for the 3rd out.
So after 1 complete, Middle Creek leads 2-0. We'll be right back with the Sports Block. And welcome back to the Sports Block. We're back for the top of the second after Middle Creek score 2 on an RBI double from Claudia Penny and then a RBI E7 from Gianna Gravis. to make the score 2-0 Middle Creek after Middle Creek had got out 2 quick times, but then was able to do all their damage for 2 outs. As the first batter of that pitch is going to be in for a strike 1 on Carolyn Bragg, the pitcher, and she is sporting a 400 batting average this year with 6 hits, 2 RBIs, and a 526 on base percentage.
And Athens are definitely looking more aggressive here. And when you go down in runs, I mean, you got to start swinging the bat, trying to make something happen.
And she's going to swing and miss at the 0-1 pitch to make an 0-2 count.
Very tight on the plate, looking to pull something here, probably. And
that's
going to
be
great pitch on the corner.
It's going to be right on the line, so that's going to be another looking strikeout for Graves, her second of the day.
He's really hitting that outside corner really well. It's 2 strikeouts on the outside part of the plate right there against righties.
That's going to bring up Lyanne Calloway for Athens Drive as she's batting 150 on the year with a 414 on base percentage.
And then here's the pitch.
And this pitch is going to be right at the knees on the outside edge of the plate for a 0-1, making an 0-1 count.
Yeah, she kind of took a little bit to settle in there, but she's really hitting her spots well now. Really nailing that outside part of the plate, and they're going to make them hit it backside.
And that's going to be swing on. 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed to make an 0-2 count. Yeah, like I say, sometimes it just takes like a double play to get your pitcher going. All of a sudden, pitcher might be struggling or might not look as good as usual, and all of a sudden a double play or like a big play just gets the pitcher going.
When your pitcher supports your defense and your defense supports your pitcher, and the pitcher needed a little bit of help there, and the defense came up big for her.
And that pitch is going to be fouled back, so Callaway stays alive.
Yeah, the batter's kind of catching on to working that outside part of the plate. Maybe sneak a pitch up and in here would be a good idea.
The pitch is going to be down just a little low for ball 1, make it a 1-2 count.
Here's the pitch.
And it's going to be on the outside edge for ball 2.
Catcher tried to frame that, right on the edge, but didn't get the call there.
So that's going to make it a 2-2 count here.
Well, that's a tough pitch to hit regardless. I mean, there's no real chance of hitting that ball.
And that's going to be swung on. The 2-2 pitch is going to be swung on and miss. So
that's the 3rd strikeout there for Gianna Gravis.
And that's also the third in a row as she got the forfeit of the last inning. The strikeout looking has got the first 2 this inning.
Yeah, that's definitely what you're looking for as a pitcher. I mean, that's a fairly high strikeout count right there. Already up to 3.
So that's going to bring up Evelyn Earnhardt, who's going to foul the first pitch off, make an 0-1 count. And she is batting .286 on the year with a .375 on base percentage. So one of the things that both these teams have, one of the few things both these teams have in common is they both seem relatively patient at the plate.
Yeah, and that's really a key. It kind of gets you into those good counts. And
she's going to swing and miss at the 0-1 pitch, make an 0-2 count.
I mean, if you get into good counts, you're going to get better pitches to hit. And that's definitely the name of the game there. And you see more pitches, you get used to the pitcher a lot more.
This is the 4th batter in a row that Gravis has had an 0-2 count on. And that's going to be in the dirt for ball 1. So definitely has looked a lot better since that double play.
Yeah, really working away, and she saw her chase on that low pitch, trying to work it there again.
That's going to be a strike on the edge of the plate. So Graves is going to strike out the side. So after 1.5, Middle Creek leads 2-0. We'll be right back with the Sports Block. And welcome back to the Sports Block as we're back for the bottom of the second inning with Middle Creek leading 2-0. 2-0 as Gravis struck out the side in the top of the inning. So the first batter of this inning for the Mustangs is going to be Emery Bradshear. She's batting 343 on the year with 21 hits, 5 RBIs, 1 home run, and 6 walks with a .439 on base percentage.
Yeah, and it seems like she's kind of more like a second leadoff hitter in the lineup. Doesn't really get a ton of RBI chances, but will get on base for you when you need it.
So that's going to be in for a strike one.
Yeah, trying to tack on more runs here. Middle Creek already got a 2-run lead, but no lead's safe, especially in playoff time. So.
And it says this is going to be hit right to the second. This is going to be hit right to the shortstop Callaway for the pop-up. So that's going to retire Bradshear. So that's going to bring up Elizabeth Patterson, who's batting .235 on the year with he's batting .235 on the year with 316 on base percentage. So Patterson is the only one in the lineup for Middle Creek in Middle Creek's lineup today that is not batting over 300. As the first pitch is in for a strike one.
Yep, and looking to get something going here with 1 out. Get some base runners on here with the top of the order coming up. You want some runners on for them.
It's going to be belt high for a ball one, making it 1-1 count.
Yeah, I mean, if you're watching the pitches here, I mean, if they start working the ball up, that ball seems to be hit a lot more, and it's really key for the Athens pitcher to work down.
It's going to be fouled back to make it a 1-2 count.
Yep, just staying in there a little bit late, a little bit under it, but when you hit it from straight back like that, you know you're pretty much on it. So looking to put something in play here, put some pressure on defense.
That's going to be in for a ball two, making a 2-2 count.
It's just a little bit out, not a bad pitch, but then a 1-2 count right there.
It's going to be fouled back, so Patterson's hanging in there, battling, staying alive. She's with Christina Minton on deck for the Mustangs.
Yeah, she's definitely looking for the strikeout here, not really pitching this to put it in the zone. She wants that K right here.
Mm-hmm. And this pitch is and the 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed for a strikeout here. So that's going to bring up Christina Minton for the Mustangs, who's batting .375 on the year, 17 hits, 11 RBIs, 8 walks, and a .474 on base percentage. So almost kind of what sometimes like you see in you 9-hole hitters, and almost like a second leadoff.
Yeah, definitely.
That pitch is going to be in for a strike one, make it 0-1 count.
Yeah, and Athens has clearly done their homework, also still crashing in on her as they know she's a slap hitter.
The Mustangs did all of their damage with 2 outs in the bottom of the first, as that is fouled down the line for strike 2, make it a 0-2 count. Middle Creek did all of its damage in the bottom of the first with 2 outs, so kind of see if they can do some more damage with 2 outs here. This is going to be hit, and it's going to be caught by the third baseman, Kaylin Vilello. So that's going to end the second inning. So after 2, Middle Creek leads 2-0. We'll be right back with the Sports Block. And welcome back to the Sports Blockers. We're back for the top of the third. Middle Creek leading 2-0 in Athens Drive. First hitter would be Jadeja Blacker here. The first of the two Laker sisters here, as Jasmine Laker is on deck for the Cougars. This first pitch is going to be in for a strike one to make it an 0-1 count here.
Yeah, nailed that down and in corner right there. That's a beautiful pitch right there from
So Graves struck out the side in the top of the second, and this is going to be hit foul off the roof of the Middle Creek dugout. So that's making an 0-2 count. So fifth straight batter for Graves that she's got an 0-2 count on.
Yeah, just a little bit late there, but could have worked that ball down the line. If you get that ball down the line, that's a pretty easy triple right there, especially with some speed.
That's going to be in for a ball one, making a 1-2 count.
Just a little bit low. She's not missing by much on those balls, but just work it up a little bit more, and she's nailing that bottom part of the zone.
And this pitch is going to be in for ball two, making a 2-2 count.
Yeah, sneak something up here would probably get another pretty easy strikeout right there. Looking down.
It's going to be an outside corner for strike three, and that's going to be the fifth straight strikeout for Gravis as she strikes out Jadeja Laker. So that's going to bring up Jasmine Laker.
I mean, if she keeps this up, she'll have at least 15 strikeouts. I mean.
And so Jasmine Laker is batting 136 on the year with a 208 on base percentage. So we'll see if she can get on base for get something going for the Jaguars. As this pitch is going to be in for ball one. So that ends the streak of batter's face where Gravis has got a 0-2 count on.
Yeah, but still got the strikeout. That's all that matters.
And that's going to be in the dirt for ball two, making a 2-0 count.
Yeah, getting a little bit wild here, trying to refocus here, get a strike, kind of bring that count back to even.
It's going to be inside for strike one.
That's a great pitch. I mean, you see the batter on that inside part of the plate, and the batter's kind of got to recognize, well, if it's looking like it's about to hit me, it might be over the plate. Because if you're that close to the bat, I mean, it's going to happen.
This pitch is going to be outside for ball three to make it a 3-1 count.
And another thing as a pitcher, I mean, you kind of want to test the hitter. I mean, they can't hit that inside pitch and they're real tight on the plate. You can just work there. You can live there. Throw under the hands.
This pitch is going to be in the dirt for ball four. So Gravis ends her streak of 6 retired. 2 walks. So that's her 3rd walk of the day. So Gravis has 5 strikeouts on the day to go along with 3 walks. So she's hovering just above a 1-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio in this game. As the Grace Burska, who walked in the first inning, shows bunt, and that's going to be it's going to be called a strike, I believe.
She went on that one, and it's not a bad idea. I mean, walk the first time, and it is the leadoff batter. That's some good speed on the bases. If you can get the bunt down, that's a tough play to make. It at least moves the runner over.
It's going to be on the outside edge for a strike 2 to make it an 0-2 count.
We probably won't be seeing bunt here, but I mean, you never know. Seeing a lot more 0-2 bunts now. Back.
If she's fast, don't rule it out. And this is gonna be in the dirt for ball one. Yeah, don't rule out a bunt, because I've seen a lot of NC State baseball, and I have a couple of fast dudes that have just sometimes surprised you with a bunt.
I mean,
so if she's fast, do not be surprised if she drops a bunt. And this is gonna be outside for strike 3. So that's gonna be that's going to be the second out of the inning.
Great tail on that pitch.
And 6th strikeout of the day for Gravis. That's going to bring up Kaylin DeLeo, who walked in her first burst at bat in the top of the first.
Just barely cut that outside part of the plate, but it hit it just enough to get that strikeout call. That was nearly unhittable there.
And this pitch is going to be down for ball one.
Definitely looking to get something last out right here on this batter.
This pitch is going to be fouled off for making a 1-1 count.
Yeah, good pitch placement. I mean, when you throw under the hands, we're seeing a lot of batters tight to the plate, putting some pressure on the pitcher to put it over the plate. But if you can get it right under the hands, it's very tough to hit.
This is going to be hit right past the diving glove of the pitcher and the shortstop. So that's going to be a base hit for Delero. So that's going to bring up Katie Skinner, who had that line out double play late to the first baseman Claudia Penny in the top of the first to kind of get Gravis going in the first place. So let's see if she can if Gravis can induce another out on her.
Yeah, I wouldn't rule it out here, though. I mean, the possibility of extra base hits. I mean, there was some good power on that ball hit to first base. Just a great play there by Claudia Penny in the first inning. But
and that pitch
this is who you want up with the runners on base.
That pitch is going to be in the dirt for ball one, making a 1-0 count. This pitch is going to be in for a strike one.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch. You basically you have to go to right field with that ball, and there's no way you're going to hit it in play. That's what she's forcing them to do.
1-1 count here. 1-1 pitch is and almost gets the runner at first. It's going to be a 2-1 count now.
Need a strike here, get to 2 strikes. Puts them in a lot better of a position.
And this pitch is going to be hit in the dirt, right in the dirt in front of home plate. So that's going to be an easy throw to first base for the catcher Rand here. So that's going to retire Skinner and end the inning. So after 2.5, Middle Creek leads 2-0. We'll be right back for the Sports Block. And welcome back to the Sports Podcast. We're back for the bottom of the third inning with Middle Creek leading 2-0. So we'll see with Middle Creek's leadoff hitter Tiana Langley back up the bat for the Mustangs. So let's see if she popped out her last time up.
Yep, looking to get something on him. We haven't seen a leadoff hitter on base yet, so trying to get something going here, except for in the first inning by Athens. But none for Middle Creek.
And that pitch is going to, the first pitch is going to be in for a ball one, make it a 1-0 count. And that pitch is going to be in for a strike one, make it a 1-1 count.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough pitch to hit there, especially when it was a slap hitter. It's tricky, even if it's right down the middle. I mean, it's tough to hit because you're moving, all that motion.
This is going to be right on the outside edge of the plate for strike two to make it a 1-2 count. And I can see down past the Middle Creek dugout, Emily Bradshaw is warming up for the Mustangs. So be interesting to see how much longer Coach Ray sticks with Gravis. And this pitch is going to be hit just foul.
Well, you don't want to think too much about who's next, but you definitely want to have that in the back of your mind of, well, if this pitcher doesn't need to be in all that time, you can give him some rest. Or the pitch count. I mean, you get high in pitch counts, you got days off that you have to take. So Coach Ray's definitely keeping an eye on that.
Which in softball, you do not have a pitch count limit. So, but it's all about the tiredness. So Gravis could be tired after starting the pitch against Fuquay in that big of a game. So Gravis could just be a little tired, and you also got to look forward to if that you can win this game. If you want her to start against Jack Brett, do you want her to be tired, or do you want to maybe have her come in the back end and start Bradshaw and have Bradshaw finish this game off? As Langley is going to hit this right to the right fielder, and Langley's going to go for a double, but she's going to be... Oh, she should have been out at second, but the second baseman dropped the ball. Yeah. That's going to be a single and an error for Langley there.
Yeah, it's just got to feel terrible making a mistake like that, dropping the ball, especially when the first baseman missed the catch on a pop-up foul. That's just got to suck.
Yeah. A good throw there from the left fielder.
Yeah, it was there in time, but the second baseman just couldn't hold on to it. The second baseman holds on to that. Langley is out.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you're trying to throw the ball or tag him before you catch it.
And that's going to be a wild pitch, and that's going to be a pass ball. That's going to be a pass ball there on the catcher. So Langley advances to third, and then the throws over third a little bit, but Langley attempts to go home, but then she decides not to. And in that situation, it's kind of you got to commit to it right away, otherwise you're going to be out, kind of thing.
It seemed almost like a suicide squeeze there. I mean, she was getting third base.
Yeah, Raglan was showing bunt.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, since Raglan's bunting the most. Since Raglan would definitely have to move her bat around to make it go down the right field line instead of the left field, as she is a right-handed hitter. That's going to be over for ball one to make it a 1-2 count.
Yeah, with the runner on second, you definitely want to try to draw that third baseman up, because the shortstop's most likely not going to beat that runner there. But if you hit it at first base, third base can get back in time. So it's going to be a smart play there.
It's going to be over for ball two, so a 2-2 count on Raglan, who struck out her first time up. So big situation here. Middle Creek has runner on third base with nobody out.
Yeah, and you have to get this runner in somehow.
And it's going to be hit to the. It's going to be hit right to the left fielder, whose throw was in time, but just too high and too far right of the plate. So Langley is going to score with ease. So that's going to go down as an RBI flyout for Raglan. So that makes the score 3-0 Middle Creek. So good job of getting the runner in, of playing kind of team ball, getting the runner in, not necessarily having to get on base, just finding a way to get the run in.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what you got to do there. Just put it in play, and there's really not an easy way to get a runner out from third base.
And that's going to bring up Ella Pierce, who had a triple her last time up. A triple to the right field. See if she can do that again. And again with Claudia Penny on deck, who had the RBI double to open up the scoring. As that first pitch is going to be in for a ball one, making a 1-0 count. And this pitch is going to be inside for ball one. Just not far enough inside for a ball, but just enough that it's going to be a strike. So that's going to make it a 1-1 count.
And it seems like Ella's very selective up there, just waiting for that one spot. She definitely found it in her first at bat. We'll see if she gets it here again.
And that pitch is going to be right. That's going to be belt high for strike two.
The pitcher's definitely being very cautious here. A lot of power, these two hitters in the Middle Creek lineup. Definitely got to be cautious.
And Pierce she's going to hit this one way fast.
Power.
If she's not late on if she's not early on that pitch, that's out easily.
Yeah, that could be in the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Absolutely crushed.
Yeah, so that's going to make it a 2-2 count. And she hits this right to the shortstop, who's getting the bounce is going to is going to allow Pierce to score. That's going to go down as a hit, as it took a funny bounce to the shortstop.
Yeah, hit that ball very hard. That'd be a tricky play by the shortstop. And shortstop still blocked it. If that gets through, that's definitely a double right there.
Yeah, that's one of those plays where it kind of takes a funny bounce, and at which point you as the shortstop just have to keep the ball from getting into the outfield. Just hold the runners to where they are.
Yeah, still almost got the runner out. I mean, blocked it up enough to keep it in front, but
and that pitch
not enough close to him.
So that brings up Claudia Penny, who had an RBI double her last time up, which in the which ended up scoring Pierce last time, and that was an easy score for Pierce from third. As Claudia Penny is going to hit, this. Oh, just foul. Just foul down the right field line. Just foul. About an inch foul.
That's very close right there, and that's scoring a run most likely. I mean, that ball's tailing off into the corner. That's going to be tricky.
That was very close to this game being, instead of being 3-0, being 4-0 with her runner on third. As Penny hits it the same way, but more foul this time, more clearly foul. More, you knew from an earlier point this was going to be foul, not, is this going to drop or not?
Yeah, so, and Athens coach probably got to start looking at when are we going to pull a pitcher, because I mean you see too many pitches throughout the lineup. I mean that's going to cause a problem. Both teams are thinking about that.
Penny almost has a opposite field double there down the left field line. That's going to make it that's still going to remain a 1-2 count.
Just pulled it a little bit foul. I mean, if that's a fair ball, that's again in the corner and going to cause a lot of problems going that far.
We've seen two pitches here where Penny was a fraction early. She's a fraction a little later. Those are both doubles and probably run score. And that pitch is going to be inside for ball 2, so make it a 2-2 count.
Yep, definitely working the count here. I mean, the same thing as the first at bat. Let's see if she can knock something past the outfielder.
Like I mentioned earlier, the longer an at bat goes, the more it favors the hitter. This is going to be high for ball 3, so that's making it a full count, so the count runs full now.
Not a bad idea there. Worked something up. I mean, you throw a high pitch, you can get some easy pop-ups, swing and miss, high percent of swing and miss.
But at the same time, you don't want to leave it too high. As Penny hits this high and deep to the left fielder, who drops it, so Pierce is gonna get the second, as the throw from the left fielder went home instead of second base. So Claudia's gonna reach on an E7, and Pierce is gonna advance on that. Even though interesting that the throw went home instead of
second base there. Yeah,
it seems like Athens Drive is having a problem with the ball popping out of the glove. I think that's like the 4th or 5th time where that's happened on a play.
So that brings up Gianna Gravis with an RBI. Oh, she's going to be hit by this pitch. So she's going to get the first. As last time up, Gravis had an RBI E8. So.
And it seems her goal was kind of met there. You go tight on the plate, you're getting on base somehow. It definitely doesn't feel good.
Still 1 out. So now
in the back, but bases loaded here with 1 out.
So now
deal a lot of damage.
So now Casey Rand has the bases loaded with 1 out here. Big situation for the big moment for the freshman. This is one of those moments where you talk about like that sends a a batter on a crazy run. When you look back to where it started, it's one of those moments where it could start.
Oh yeah, and a good playoff run. I mean, you definitely want players being hot through there. That's what you see when a team goes deep into the playoffs.
As Rand is batting .375 on the year, and that's going to be in for strike 1.
And I'm sure Coach Ray was just telling her, just relax up there, do your thing. I mean, you put the ball in play here, we're probably getting at least 2 runs out of this. So just do your thing.
Just don't hit into a double play.
Yeah, it seems tricky.
It's going to be on the edge for a ball 2. Not ball 2, strike 2. Make it 0-2 count.
Seems tough for Athens to turn a double play with the speed on the Middle Creek team. I mean, there aren't really anyone on this Middle Creek team that's slow at all. So turning a double play will be very tricky.
As this is going to be hit right to the diving glove of the shortstop, whose throw to third is going to be just in time, but it's going to score. It's going to score Pierce from third. So that's going to be RBI single from Rand.
An amazing play there by the shortstop on the ground. Just had enough time to flip it to third base and did get the out there, but still an RBI for Middle Creek.
So that's going to make the score 4-0 Middle Creek, with Emily Bradshaw, who popped up in the last inning.
Yep, and we got a little bit of delay here.
A little bit of a conversation here. We're going to have a pinch runner here for Rand, the catcher. And that's going to be running here. That's going to be Savannah Weaver, I believe. Or no, that's going to be Sydney Cook. That's going to be Olivia Roll as the pinch runner. And nice catch there by in the stands by Chris Pierce, dad of Ella Pierce.
For a second there, it looked like he was just going to keep it. There's a souvenir. But Looks like that ball will be tossed back into play.
He probably would have kept it if it was his daughter that hit it.
And we've got another delay here. It seems the catcher has a
Has to
leg
adjust
guard
her.
problem, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to move in leg guards, definitely. I mean, you got all that equipment on trying to move, hustle down the line. It's a tricky thing to do.
Yeah,
Definitely slow you down.
Yeah, the Athens drive coach over here is probably, as it is an 0-1 count. 0-1 count. Athens drive coach is probably asking Chris Pierce over there if he can come in and catch play some of their field positions for him and catch better.
Yeah, not the best defense here from Athens, but they can definitely turn around. I mean, you just got to flip that switch there for, I guess, just fielding. But
baseball and softball are screwy sports. You know, it's screw when just screwy sports.
Yep.
And it's going to be hit right to the shortstop again, whose throw to third is going to be in time. So this is going to be a ground out for Bradshaw. So this is going to be a reach on a fielder's choice correction.
That'll be the third out of the inning.
So after 3 complete, Middle Creek leads 3-0. Will be leads 4-0. Will be right back with the sports block. And welcome back to the Sports Dragons. We're back for the top of the 4th inning with Middle Creek leading 4-0 over Athens Drive. So the first batter of the inning for the Jaguars is going to be Sierra Santalo, who struck out looking her first time up in the top of the 1st.
Yep, and still the same pitcher, although we could see a change.
This is going to be hit just foul down the right field line, so that's going to make it an 0-1 count. So not wasting any time to go after Gravis here.
Yep, and it's good to get a strike one right there. Definitely puts the pitcher in a better position. You can kind of do a lot more with that. Athens still looking more aggressive, but haven't been able to crack under the scoreboard right now. Still scoreless for them.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be swung on. The 0-1 pitch is going to be swung on a miss to make it an 0-2 count.
An absolutely filthy pitch there from Gravis. She's not very happy that she swung and missed on that.
That was a great drop ball there.
Just looking to get some here. Athens needs something hit and play.
That's going to be on the outside for ball 1.
And another great pitch. Better patience there for number 13, but whew, very, very tempting. Yeah, looking to get another strikeout here. Pitch.
And the 0-2 pitch is fouled off. Just out of the glove, just out of the reach of the glove of the catcher Rand.
Yeah, looking for strikeout number 7 here is Gianna. Should get it here. Good curveball or anything. Really been making the batter look out of place.
Mm-hmm. And this pitch is going to be down low for ball 2 to make it a 2-2 count.
And with the count even here, hitters kind of brought it back to you. Count she can get a hit.
Good job by Santanello of staying alive in the count. And it's going to be swung on a miss for strike free, and that's going to result in the 7th strikeout of the game for Gravis. That's going to bring up Caroline Bragg, the pitcher who struck out looking her last time up.
Slowed down a little bit last setting on the strikeouts, but I mean, still keeping an insane strikeout ratio. I mean, there's no way you're getting 3 strikeouts every inning, but already has won this.
And this is going to be in just a little low for make it ball 1, make it a 1-0 count.
Yep, doing some adjustment to the glove here before the pitch.
And this is going to be fouled back to make it a 1-1 count.
Pitchers are always pretty specific about their glove and the feel of it. I mean, I know pitchers that won't let anybody touch their glove. I mean, any of that, you gotta really. It's a big thing for them, especially as a pitcher. I mean, you don't really have a lot more outfield.
Yep. This pitch is going to be in the dirt for ball 2, make it a 2-1 count.
Yep, she's ready. It's a pitch on the way.
And this pitch is going to be hit right to the third baseman, Boyett, and who's easily able to get over to the first baseman, Claudia. So good job there of Boyett charging the slow roller there to be able to have enough time to fire it over the first base for the out. So that's going to bring up Lenani Calloway, who struck out swinging her only time up so far today.
Well, I think a key thing to have as just kind of a base for the team is you got to have good fielding. I mean, if you can make routine plays every time, it's going to put you in a lot better position. And
that pitch is going to be
seen that Athens kind of struggled on that.
Be in the dirt for ball 1.
I mean, building on that, I mean, as an offense, you're just trying to make the other team make more errors than you.
And this pitch is going to be hit just by the glove of the pitcher and the diving glove of the shortstop. So that's going to be a hit there for Callaway. So that brings up Evelyn Earnhardt, who struck out looking her last time up.
Athens really need to get something going here. I mean, they got a runner on here. You don't really have too much better opportunities than this, although there are 2 outs. But trying to get something in the gap, something deep.
And this is going to be fat out of play, way out of play. I was going to roll all the way to one of the other fields in the park. So that's going to make an 0-1 count with a runner on first and 2 outs. And this pitch is going to be high. It's going to be a pitch out here as Rand looks to maybe potentially get the runner on first. Leaning a little too far. So that's going to make it a 1-1 count. It's going to be hit right to the glove of the pitcher, who's going to snag it for the out. Who's going to snag it and get it and fire over the first for the out. So after the top of the third, Middle Creek still leads 4-0. We'll be right back with the sports block. Still smarter than both of you. And welcome back to the Sports Block as we're back at the bottom of the 4th inning with Middle Creek leading 4-0 and Elizabeth Patterson leading off for the Mustangs. She struck out swinging her last time up in the bottom of the 2nd. So we'll see if she can get the Mustangs going here. And she hits this pitch high to the center fielder, who's able to make the catch this time. We had trouble earlier.
Yep, that's a good play there. Get the first out of the inning.
So that's going to bring up Christina Mitten, who had a pop-up her last time up.
Yep, 0 for 1 on the day, but I'm looking to split it to 500 right here in this at-bat.
And she swings and misses at this, making an 0-1 count.
Just early, but good placement there by the pitcher there. Worked that outside part. getting a little bit of shade here, which could cause some problems seeing the ball as a hitter. I mean, that's tough seeing the ball come from the sunlight to the shade, back to the sunlight, and the back end of the shade. I mean, that could cause a lot of problems seeing the ball, and even more for slap hitters that are moving and trying to look at it.
And that pitch is going to be in for a ball one to make it a 1-1 count.
We're going to maybe pull something down the line.
And this pitch is going to be hit right back up the middle, so this is going to be a base hit for Mitten here. So that's going to give Langley a runner on first with no out, with 1 out.
We haven't seen a steal yet, but we could be seeing one here from Mitten.
So Langley, her last time up, Langley is 1 for 2 today with a pop up and in a single with an error that allowed her to take second.
Yeah, you're definitely trying to get Langley here on base. I mean, she had some insane speed on the bases and caused, havoc out there on the base paths.
As Mitten does steal, and she's going to
easy.
be in easy. So
Good to see the catcher's arm. I mean, she got a good jump on that pitch. It wasn't the greatest pitch, but
it's like as you mentioned,
definitely gave it there. It's here to take third here. I mean,
so that pitch was
poor
a
throw.
strike on Langley. And Langley, this is going to be another strike on her, so that's making an 0-2 count on Langley here.
Yeah,
with
that's
a
a
runner
tough
on
pitch,
second
man.
with 1 out.
Yeah, base hit will score. I mean, and it'll put another very fast runner on the base pass. First base shading really in. If you can pull something down there, would put them in very good shape.
And this pitch is going to be just wide of the strike zone, so that's going to make an 8. That's going to be in for a ball 1, make it a 1-2 count.
Just 1 out here with the runner on second, trying to get a base hit, get him in.
And this pitch is going to be down in the dirt for ball 2.
And the count's even here. It's right back to tie right here. Having Langley try to get a hit right here. It's big for Middle Creek.
And this pitch is going to be hit right up the middle again. Mitten's going to be held at third. So that's going to be a base hit for Langley.
And that'll bring up first and third here for Meredith Ragland.
She had an RBI flyout her last time up, so if she can hit another one to the outfield, it will be another RBI sacrifice fly.
Yeah, she's definitely looking for something good to hit here.
But I think she's
already
looking
0 for 2 on the day, but
I think she's
definitely
looking for a
bring it back
little more than a sacrifice fly here.
Definitely.
And she's going to reach at a bunt, so that's going to be a strike 1 as Langley's going to take second.
Hey, you'll take a strike for an advanced runner any day. Definitely.
True, so it's going to be an 0-1 count on Ragland with runners on first and second with 1 out. Now that pitch is in for a ball 1 to make it a 1-1 count.
A base hit will score 2 here and would be very big for Middle Creek, adding 2 more on the board to make it 6-0.
And pitch is going to be on the outside for a strike. Make it a 1-2 count.
Really hit that corner there. I mean, you got umpire calls at least probably max at 3 balls off the plate. Probably hit 1.5, which is right where you want that ball.
This is going to be a wild pitch, but corralled by Lecure. So the runner is not going to be able to score from third on the pitch.
Yeah, that's big. I mean, the backstop here is not shorter in any regards, and it has that kind of deadening padding on the end. It'll ball just hit that dive right there at the edge.
And that's going to be in for a
full count
ball
here.
free to make it a free 2 count. So you do not want to walk Ragland with Pierce on deck.
Yeah, that would be a big mistake, but you also don't want to give him too good of a pitch. I mean, first base is open. You don't want to leave anything over the middle here.
As Ragland's going to foul this one off down the left field line, so it's going to remain a full count here.
Yep, just trying to get something in play. I mean, you'll take the walk any day. It'll put bases loaded up and one of your best hitters up. Definitely trying to refocus here. Ragland is.
It's going to be on the outside for ball 4, so Ragland's going to walk, which is going to load the bases with 1 out for Pierce, who had a triple in the first inning and a single in the third inning. So, and she does have 3 home runs on the year. So, yeah. Definitely, if you were to choose if you were going to choose 2 hitters, any 2 hitters to be up, Ella Pierce would be one of them, with Penny being another one who's on deck.
Yeah, we got the bases loaded
Pierce
1 out.
Fires this one foul. Just the hit of the bat, I was like, oh, that's good. But then kind of She's just a tad early on that, so that's going to be an 0-1 count here.
Yeah, that's one of those pitches where you basically did all you could with it. I mean, if it's too far inside, you can't really hit it foul or hit it in fair play, and she just couldn't. But she really barreled that ball up there. Pitcher's definitely got to be a little bit more careful on the placement.
You don't want to give her something in her. You don't want to get something in her wheelhouse.
Yeah, don't want to hit 4 home runs.
You don't want her to turn on one. And she
that's
does
high.
hit this one high to
And
the
deep.
left fielder, but Mitten's going to score easily without a throw, so Pierce going to have an RBI sac fly here.
Yeah, good communication there. They got very close to running into each other, which is not what you want to see as a coach, but got the out and no injuries, so that's a good play there by the left fielder.
And Langley's going to advance to third on the play. So that's going to bring up Claudia Penny, who had an RBI double in the first inning and reached on an E7 in the third inning.
And we're
And it's
seeing
gonna
a
be
steal
inside.
here.
It's going to be inside for strike one, as just kind of as Pierce was like halfway there, kind of stopped and looked at the catcher, and the catcher didn't even care.
Rag
Really.
just kind of take her time. I mean, sometimes you
Yeah.
want to draw that throw because your runner can get home, especially with Langley on third base.
And that's going to be in for strike two to make it a 0-2 count.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch there, but I mean, just kind of threw right over inside part of the plate. Definitely not the pitch that Penny wanted there.
It's an 0-2 count, so the 0-2 pitch is hit just foul.
Foul. A little bit early, hit that ball off the end of the batter. That ball would definitely be in the outfield grass. Just trying to wait back here and maybe put something in that left center gap. That's what you're looking for.
At this point, you're looking for anything that gets her on base.
Yeah, definitely. 2 outs here, second and third.
And this pitch is going to be in for a ball one.
Yeah, 1-2 count here. Not the greatest count here for Claudia, but we'll see how she works with this.
So 1-2 count, runners on second and third with 2 outs. Middle Creek leading 5-0. And she hits this one
That's it
high to the right fielder, who drops it. So that's going to score 2, as Penny's going to easily get in the second base. So Penny's going to reach on a E9.
Yeah, that's definitely troubling. The ball was hit very high there. I mean, if she lines that, barrels that up, hits more of a line drive, I mean, that's definitely gone. But
And that's
just
going to make
popped
the
under it.
score 7-0 Middle Creek.
We got Gianna up here, leading the team in batting average, and is already.
She had an RBI. She reached on E8 in the first, and it was hit by a pitch in the third. And this one
that
was
should be a
low.
ball. Yep, and a good count here, 1-0, trying to tack on some more runs here, already up big.
As Gray assists this one right to the, he's going to be just going to drop right between second and right field, and so that's going to score Penny. So that's going to be an RBI double there for here for Dravis.
Yep, and she'll take second on that.
So that's going to make the score 8-0 Middle Creek.
Another error there from Athens. I mean, the single hit it in play for a hit, but should not have had second base.
So we're going to have a meeting at the mound here.
I mean, you can have damage, you can give up hits, but you got to limit that damage, and you cannot let her get second base on that by mishandling that center.
That's going to bring up Casey Rand, who had a fly out and an RBI single today.
I mean, that's been the difference in the game so far. I mean, Middle Creek has made all their plays. I mean, have handled the ball well, and Athens just really have not handled the ball well, made some mistakes, and Middle Creek's definitely capitalized on them.
So the mound visit is over. We're still going to have the same pitcher.
Yeah, just trying to refocus the team, relax. You got to get something going here.
So
definitely fast.
Rand is looking for RBI number 19 on the year. Potentially 20 if she can hit a home run here.
I'd like to see 20. That'd be good.
Be great.
It's definitely possible. I mean, one of the best hitters on this team, probably best hitter in the state. I mean, just great average.
And it's going to be in for for strike one.
Yep, very selective. Doesn't really seem like most of the teams a real first strike hitter, first pitch hitter. Likes to see pitches deep in accounts, and it's working very well right now for Middle Creek.
And she's going to hit this one right in the gap, right in the little area between shortstop and left field. So that's going to be a hit here for Grant. So that's going to bring up Emery Bradshear, who's at a pop-up and then reached on a fielder's choice to end the third inning.
Yeah, that was good there, limiting the damage. I mean, runner and score. It was well hit, but just not hard enough to get in the gap. And it was a good play there by Athens just to keep him on third base.
So that's going to bring up Emery Bradshear.
We're not seeing any action in the pen here from Athens.
And this is going to be dropped again in the hole between shortstop and right in center field. So that's going to be an RBI single here for Bradshear. So Middle Creek has batted around in the inning now.
Yeah, the score's kind of getting out of hand here for Athens. They need some sort of change here.
10th batter, so that's going to make the score 9-0 Middle Creek. And
that's hit hard down the line.
Patterson is going to pull this one double down the right field line as she comes home. And as Bradshear, as the Rand's going to come home, so that's going to be an RBI.
Game.
That's going to be an RBI double here. So Middle Creek is now up 10-0. And if Middle Creek can hold Athens scoreless in the top of the 5th, it will be end of the game due to the run rule.
A little bit of trouble there by the catcher on that play. There was no real play there. The catcher's still trying to block the bag. You can't block the bag without the ball. I don't really know what was there.
Christina Mitten comes up, and she's the 11th batter of the inning, as that's in for a strike one.
Middle Creek have just looked very, very great on the offensive side of it. Have a high strikeout rating. I mean, that's kind of key to success. They've definitely hit the ball well. There's no denying that. Have hit well with runners on base, and that's a big key if you're trying to go deep in these playoffs. You get runners on, you knock them in. Middle Creek's done a great job.
Everybody in the Middle Creek starting lineup now has a hit today.
Well, that's a very cool stat.
Yeah.
Definitely what you want to see in the first round.
Usually means you're doing pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah.
That pitch is going to be in for ball 2, make it a 2-1 count.
Can't really ask for a better start of the playoffs here for Middle Creek. Athens, not so much.
No, you
just
cannot.
Kind of struggled. They'll definitely be disappointed in the game. I mean, they made it to the playoffs. They had a chance, and
that's going to be
it's going to be annoying. I mean, they've won 2 out of their last 2 games going into this game, and we're on a hot streak there. But
that's going to be in for ball 3 to make it a 3-1 count, and that's going to be in for a strike 2 to make it a 3-2 count. So let's see if Mitten can extend the scoring here. And she's going to hit this right in the gap between second base and the shortstop. So that's going to score. That's easily going to score Bradshear here. So that's going to be an RBI single for Mitten.
That's the 11th run of the game there for Middle Creek.
Middle Creek did beat Athens Drive 12-0 last time they played. So.
Yeah, they're very close to that right here. Langley up here. Has had a pretty good day so far. I mean,
she's
1 for 3. Got a hit in her last at-bat, a single.
She's 2 for 3 on the day with a pop-up and then a single in the third that she extended to a double on an E5.
Yeah, it's tricky though. I mean, a lot of speed, rushes the infielders and Langley, so it's tough to get plays out on Langley.
The ball was there before Langley.
Yeah,
so it wasn't E5 because the ball was there before Langley with time to spare, but the second baseman was not able to. As that pitch is going to be in for ball 2 to make it a 2-0 count.
I mean, with that speed, ball was already in the second baseman. She was getting to second base still somehow. Very aggressive, and that's helped Middle Creek a lot.
And it's going to be over for a ball 3, make it a 3-0 count.
We're still seeing no pitching substitution here for Athens. Looks like she'll just stick it out the whole game.
I think with that, I mean, Athens Drive's other 2 pitchers have a 14 ERA and a 17.75 ERA. So, that's going to be a 3-1 pitch. I don't want to say it, but we're all thinking it. Athens Drive might just be, as they're already 4-18 on the season, they may just kind of be thrown in the towel.
Yeah.
I don't want to assume anything, but
I mean, it's always a good idea to get a different look in there as a pitcher. And they're definitely not throwing their hopes away yet, but
as that's going to be a walk,
doesn't put them in a good position here.
So walk's going to be issued to Langley. So that's going to bring up the
Meredith Ragland again in the 2 spot.
So that's going to be the 13th batter of the inning for Mustangs. Ragland, as she walked her last time up.
Yeah.
Or actually, no. Raglan is the only player. Correction from my earlier stat. Raglan's the only one to not have a hit today, but she does have an RBI.
Well,
she has an RBI flyout.
One swing of the bat here.
Mm-hmm.
Bases loaded here. 2 outs. Middle Creek already up 11-0. But looking to tack on more. I mean, keep your foot on gas.
As
Really
as that pitch is fouled out of play for a 1-0, make it a 1-0 count here.
Up a little break here. You're just looking to hit something hard here. I mean, if you get the hit, you get the hit. But I mean, if you put the pressure on them, and it's worked pretty well all day.
As if it's going to be fouled out of play again to make an 0-2 count. So looking ahead forward for Athens Drive, I mean, you might think as a 4-20 season they don't have much to really look forward to the future, but they only have 2 seniors on their rosters and 1 junior. So everybody else is freshmen and sophomores, so they do have a lot to build on.
Oh yeah, that's a young team, and I mean,
as
you'll have
Raglan
3 more
is
years
going
of
to fly out to the left fielder. So after 4 complete, Middle Creek leads 11-0. We'll be right back with the Sports Blog. And welcome back to the Sports Block, guys. We have a lot of changes in the infield for the Mustangs as Emery Brasher is now into pitch. Gravis will go to second base. Mitten will go to center field. Savannah Weaver will come in to play left field. Olivia Roll will come in to play third base. Pierce will come in to play first base. Alex Simmons will come in to play right field. Langley will move over to second base, while Claudia Penny moves over to shortstop.
Yeah, definitely a lot of changes there. Definitely just kind of mix it around. Kind of develop some players. I mean, you don't really develop in the playoffs, but always looking out for next year.
And Rand is still behind the plate. The only change that has only spot that not get changed.
Yep, looking to finish this game off there. Just a mere 3 outs away from winning the first playoff game in this tournament. And we'll move on to play Jack Britt, the number 8 seed, I believe. So whichever team wins this will be away.
Gravis is actually playing. Gravis is playing shortstop.
Yeah.
But Langley is playing second base. That first pitch is going to be in for a ball.
A lot of velocity here. Definitely a little bit change of pace. Not as much location, but lots of velo coming from her.
And that pitch is going to be in for a ball, too. Make it a 2-0 count.
Yeah, both pitchers kind of gotten a deeper count to the start, but definitely settled in, and I think that's the name of the game here for Mill Creek pitching. Just try to settle in here, bounce back, get a strike going here. And that's low for 3-0. Middle Creek just looking to wrap this game up here, get 3 outs. Are definitely excited for their next game against Jack Britt, especially playing this good in this one.
That's going to be a walk issued to the. That's going to be a walk issued to Jadisha Laker. So that's going to bring in Jasmine Laker for the Jaguars.
Yep, maybe trying to get a ground out here, double play, just like how they started off the game, trying to finish the game how they started.
And so that's going to be in for a ball one, making a 1-0 count.
And the pitch on the way.
And this pitch is going to be in for ball two to make it a 2-0 count.
Not a bad spot there. Just a little bit too far down, a little bit in. Not bad at all, though. The batter readies. Pitch on the way.
And this pitch is going to be inside for ball three to make it a 3-0 count.
Yeah, definitely need a strike here. You don't want to throw what would be 6 consecutive balls right here. Definitely try to get something here.
As we're going to have a pitching, I believe the pitching coach from Middle Creek coming in.
Yeah, definitely just relax, put it in there. And you're not giving up 2 runs. You got a good defense behind you. Just trust them. Make them in it.
Correction from earlier, Pierce is not playing first base. Cook is playing first base. So pretty much, still, every pretty much position has a new. Every infield position except for the catcher, or actually every field position from Middle Creek except for the catcher is different from the top of the fourth to the top of the fifth now.
Yeah.
As there is
field
a
atmosphere
3-0 count now.
Kind of died down here. Athens doesn't seem too into it. There's Middle Creek. They're
This is
trying
going
to
to
get
be another
something
walk. This is going to be another. This is going to be another 4-pitch walk. So that's going to bring up Grace Breska, who struck out looking her last time up.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see. We're looking there. Start of the inning, 2 runners on, just coming in. But I mean, the starting pitcher did the same thing. I mean, could happen.
And that pitch, that's going to be in for a strike to make it a 1-0 count. I mean, 0-1 count. With runners on first and second, no outs.
Middle Creek really liking hitting that outside spot. I mean, they've kind of lived there all day, and Athens really hasn't been able to counter that.
And this pitch is going to be in the dirt. The runners are going to look to move over, but they're going to get the runner at third, as as Larry Crower was just kind of taking her time, not really paying attention, as in heads up play there by Rand to get over to roll at third base to get the out.
Yeah, that's tough. The runner on second was kind of forced to go to third because the runner on first was like over halfway to second base and then just went back and pressed the second. So
and that's going to make it a 1-2 count with 1-2 count here with a runner on first and 1 out. So
can end the game here with 1 pitch,
or
could add to the strikeout count. The pitch on the way.
As the pitch is going to be in the dirt for ball 2, make it a 2-2 count.
Yep, not a bad pitch. Trying to get on, bite on that down on leg, but didn't swing. And the team's been pretty patient. Hasn't really chased too many pitches, so didn't really expect much from that. I'm sure.
And this pitch is going to be fouled backwards. Make it a still 2-2 count.
Yep, and the tough part about batters fouling off pitches, I mean, you just got to keep putting them in the zone. I mean, can't really change anything. You just wait for the batter to mess up. Same thing on the hitting side.
And that's going to be strikeout here. So that's going to be first strikeout here for Brad Shear. That's going to bring up Kaylin Delano, who's had a single and a walk today. So she's 1 for 1 today.
I mean, can't ask for too much more here. As a staff for Middle Creek, I mean, 8 strikeouts. I mean,
not too shabby.
That's pretty good.
Not too sure. We're only giving up 2 hits and then
no errors.
4 hits. I mean, 4 walks. Correction. This pitch is going to be in the dirt for ball 1, make it a 1-0 count.
I mean, the defense has been locked down. The pitching has been really on. I mean, you can't have an off-day pitching with 8 strikeouts. That's not happening. And, I mean, the hitting's been on. I mean, really, Middle Creek's executed basically everything perfectly.
This pitch is going to be in the dirt for ball 2, make it a 2-0 count.
And taking her time here, try to mess with the rhythm of the batter.
And this pitch is going to be in for strike one, making a 2-1 count.
And also kind of refocus there as a pitcher. I mean, 2-0 count, just kind of settle in, just put it in the zone. Definitely got a good strike call there.
And it's going to be hit right to the second baseman, Langley, who's going to tag the runner coming from first. So your final score, so that is the third out of the inning. So your final score is Middle Creek 11, Athens Drive nothing. So Athens Drive finishes their season at 4-19, while Middle Creek improves to 15-4 and will play at the 8th seed Jack Bright later this week. So once again, your final score is 11-0 Middle Creek. Thank you for watching the Sports Block. We'll see you next time.